Okay, so let's start with the right. So thank you all of you for joining my session on colored brain. Okay, before we start, let me ask you, each of you, what thing came into your mind when I said, okay, there's a session on colored brain. Any vague thing. Maybe you can say, okay, maybe the colored hairs or something like this.
I was thinking about racism.
Racism, okay. No,
Mm,
nobody.
no,
It's your opinion. Yeah. And what about you, Ibtisam?
I was thinking more about creativity, like which part of your brain is more creative, stuff like that.
Fair enough. Lorena, what about you?
mm, I think it's more about the personality of each one. So different personalities.
Okay. And what about you, Reza?
Yeah, I already did it with you. Is it about
Yeah, you.
brain? I know.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what when before I started this program, this certification, my initial thoughts were like, it's again some sort of personality profiling or behavioral profiling kind of tool, but it's not. It's totally different. Like what I, when I've gone through this whole thing, then I come to know that this course is all about how your brain gets clarity, and it's about and how it affects your employee engagement. It may be in your professional life, in your personal life. In your personal life, it maybe you can have your stronger relationship with your loved ones. In your professional life, you can able to have more employee engagement, more teamwork and collaboration. How it will affect, I'm going to explain you in detail. It will help in building the competence of your employees. It will help resolve conflict. It will build trust between people, teams, and it will help you or your organization to have more productivity as well. So it is, it's a, you can say it's an eye opener for me as well when I've gone through whole things. And how your brain gets clarity, what our brain is something, we experience a lot of things and we react accordingly, what we feel and what we see. It is how, everyone's, that you see, if we all are looking at one thing, maybe we are looking in on the same thing but with different perspective, and those different perspective is determined by our brain, how our brain wanted to see that particular thing. It's not about behavior, it's not about personality, it's all about how your brain is taking things and interpreting, and then you know transmitting it to your body, that okay, this is what you are looking at. So this is how your brain things work. And it is also known as ambiguity relief process. You have a lot of ambiguities in your mind, and then once once you know your brain color, then you said, okay, this is not like this which I was looking at, it is something different. And that enables you to see things in a very different way. Now I'm going to show you a very okay, first I'm going to show you some arrows. Okay, just let me know what color you see, right? uh, which one is darker one?
Red.
Red.
No, I mean top or bottom?
Top.
Top.
Oh,
Top one. Okay, just remember this. Now I'm gonna do one thing. I'm going to change the screen color. Okay, the top one was the darker one, right?
Yeah.
Again, the top one is the darker one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
yes.
Now with same pattern, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to show you something different. Okay. Now, which one is the darker one?
The
Bottom.
Bottom.
Bottom one. But what happened in both cases? What will happen? You were not wrong. You were right in both the instances. But the thing is this: uh, the way of looking at things was different. The way, for example, I'll give you one example. There was a big hall, okay, and there was an exercise. There were two teams, Team A and Team B. Team A were given red glasses, and team B were given blue glasses. And on the wall there were two arrows, one dark, one red here and blue on this way. So the facilitator, he said, okay, go to the darkest one. Okay, and they said, okay, you can collaborate with each other, people with different glasses. And then what happened? People, okay, maybe Huma is wearing red glasses, I'm wearing blue, and she says, so no, Shahid, you have to go this way. I said, no, are you crazy? We have to go the other way. And we start like uh, said, no, we are like arguing, and we said, no, this is not the way. We have to go this way, and you are doing wrong. And she tried to convince me, no, we have to go the other way around. What happened? She was right. I'm also right. But what happened? The facilitator was looking at it, and he said, okay, what she is looking is in her own way, is with her colored glasses. Then what he said, okay, change your glasses. Okay, I took Huma glasses, Huma took mine glasses. And then what happened? What Huma was saying, okay, I have to go there. I said, yeah, I have to go there. But Huma has now different glasses. She said, no, we don't have to go there. We have to go the other way. So this is how the perspective changes. And you know what? In these scenarios, then we allow people to give the feedback. What happened? If you said something is not right, maybe it's your perspective. Unless and until you give me the feedback, no, I think it looks like this. So there we need to develop the culture for feedback. This is just for the understanding purpose. Just don't believe, or maybe just don't fall into this. Maybe he's wrong. No, give him, ask him, okay, what is wrong? He might said, okay, I can see this blue dark circle or dark arrow. So you need to understand, being a supervisor, being a leader, you need to understand and give him opportunity to give his feedback. And then you can advise, okay, you know what, this is why you are looking this, this is why you are not looking this kind of things. So this is how, when you start looking at things in a different perspective, this is how you get more clarity. This is nothing to do, I'm explain the colored brain more in detail once we'll come to that point. So like in this story, it's kind of a storytelling thing. Okay, so you see there are three characters. One who is in the forefront is a monkey, but his name is Rama. Rama is, he is the hero of the story. Everyone has their hero and heroine, and there is a villain. He is always looking forward to do, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to achieve this thing. I'll do this. And he's always looking forward to succeed, right? The second lady, she is in the same group, but she is more or less like, okay, maybe I can do this, or I should follow him, or I should follow her. So she was like kind of an indecisive person. And the third one, Lizard. Lizard, he said, what? I mean, he's always go on the other side. If you said, okay, let's do it, he said, no, I'm not going to do it. He is kind of a person who always negate. He, why are they doing this? Why they're putting so much efforts? I will do some my own way. I have my, so just keep in mind all these three characters. So the villain is Lizard. The bigger the villain, the bigger the hero should be, right? So in this exercise, these three characters move on to this building, which is very well known, Intel and Motorola. Intel and Motorola, you all know, like Apple use Motorola, right? And Android use Intel. This is a compatibility with the software, right? So definitely for like our brain also, brain is hardwired. Okay, our brain, it works on some sort of neurotransmitters, and that transmits some messages to your other brain parts, and then you act accordingly, and then you try to understand different things. Okay, and our structure of brain, it never changes. It remains. If you are like, since your birth till you die, your colored brain or your heart wire will remain same. It will never going to change. It will be there since your birth. So but you know what, our colored brain is being determined by the genes, the size of the genes. Maybe my size of gene is different, yours will be different, some will be different, result will be different. So this is how our, this colored brain is being determined. And what happened then, you can say the length of the gene reflects certain behaviors, certain actions which depicts that color. That how it will depict, I'm going to explain you in next few slides. I'll give you one example more. We all have studied in different schools, or maybe you can say in universities, and now we are students of IEP, right, with York University. So what happened is there was a, when like I think a grade 10 student, he was like with his friend, okay, and their exams were coming ahead, and exams came in and they appeared and everything was gone. And when the results came in, a boy who stood first, the other boy said, he didn't study much, and he was like playing like us, and still he got so high marks. How is it possible? I put a lot of efforts and all these things, but this teacher, he is biased. I don't like this teacher. Why this happened? You know what? Now I'm going to little bit explain you about how this brain thing work. For example, this boy, for just imagine for a while that boy who stood first, might be a blue colored brain boy, right? And the other boy, his friend, could be colored brain. There is a possibility that the teacher who is teaching, he is also a blue colored brain teacher. So what he's doing, he is teaching in a blue way, he is delivering lecture in a blue way, he is making what you call making exam in a blue way, he is marking exam in a blue way. So that is why a student who luckily or coincidentally he is also blue, he is tend to score high because he knows, because his you can say his brain and the teacher's brain is more or less same. They both they're getting clarity in the same lines. Whereas I put a lot of effort, I might have done a lot of things in the exam, but the way the teacher will gonna check, he's checked in a blue way. It's not intentional, but it is how uh, you know it's in subconscious. They tend to do this way. They are not doing it deliberately to, you can say, to discriminate anyone, but this is how they tend to do because of their subconscious. It forces them to do things in that certain way. So this is how it affects your way. And the two people match and they succeeded, and they proceeded further. Now I'm going to show you the infographic. We're not going to do this, but I'm going to tell you how it works. Like there is a access for colored brain test. Okay, there's a website. You need to go there. You fill all the questionnaire and everything, and in the end, you will going to get this kind of report where you see your graph. There is another graph, a small graph, which is this graph explains your colored brain. There, like you can see, green, red, purple, and blue. There are 4 quadrants. This picture is small, so you can't see it clear. So these are the 4 quadrants. Whichever is high is tend to be your colored brain. What are the characteristics? What exactly he do? I'm going to explain later. And the next graph you see, this is called the miscommunication, misconception. For example, few people who are high on red, okay, or maybe few people who are high on blue, there is a possibility that other person is in his danger, you can say, zone, or maybe he is very good with blue, maybe he's not very good with green people. So that is why we wanted to know, okay, in my team, if I know that, okay, this is green, this is blue, this is purple, before I don't know, then there might be a possibility of mistrust, miscommunication, because I'm saying something and he is understanding something else, right? But through this kind of graph, through this kind of inventory, you will come to know, okay, so this person color is this. You, like you see here, you have green. For example, in this, you see your friends in the danger zone are red color. You purple, blue, and green are your friends. Other one, you need to be more careful while interacting, while communicating, while sharing something. So because before you don't know, there might be a possibility that you might interact him in a wrong way because his approach is different and your approach is different. So this inventory gives you this kind of exposure that, okay, this is what is tend to be the best relationship and what is going to be a difficult one. So, but I'm gonna do with the other cards. I'll share the link as well so that we can do that. Once you know that it will help you to be a better leader. Once you know the colors of each other, you to be more productive, communicate more effectively and efficiently, have a better relationship, categories to improve your synergy, effectiveness, and relationship with your colored brain friends as well. And someone who is in a danger zone, then definitely you will be more aware of it. That okay, now suppose you are director in, for example, an HR department, other person director in operations, they both are in danger zone of each other. So before knowing each other, what will happen? He's saying something and he is taking things in his own way. So there will be a possibility of conflict. There will be a possibility of mistrust. And now when they know each other, so he will gonna explain things in his way and he will take things in his way. So you know what? There will be more collaboration. There will be more smooth communication. There will be less gaps and there will be more trust. So this is how it helps you building more trust within teams as well. Okay, so I'm gonna give you one website. Okay, let me share you first. I'm gonna give it on chat. Where is chat option? Yeah, it's called. Okay, cbc.cards. Access this one, cbc.cards/card. Okay, access this website first. Click just on Google and just access this website. Then I will going to give you one scenario. Everybody got it? Okay, now what you need to
Yes.
do is you need to select 5 cards, okay? But before selecting those 5 cards, what you are supposed to do? What you need to do, you need to suppose there is a you can say project for you, okay? And you have to build a house on moon, okay? Hypothetically, you can do it, okay? But to building a house on moon, what you will do, what would be your approach? Okay, so for that you need to select 5 cards and you need to explain me why you selected these 5 cards once you have this project of building a home. And you can scroll there are more. You can this is first page, then you go to next page, then there will be next page, so you can go next, right? If you click next, it will go here. You can see more, like I'm scrolling, there will be more cards. There will be more cards. Okay, just select 5 cards. You take your like 2-3 minutes, whatever. I can't hear you, Homa.
You said next is where?
Like if you see here, there is a white arrow.
Okay.
Yeah. So again, you need to build a house on moon. You need to select 5 cards. Which cards gonna you select and why to build a house on the moon?
It is 6 cards, not 5.
5
yes?
cards. No, you select 5 cards.
Okay.
Take your time.
Shahid, I'm lost on how to get more cards. In the white, okay.
Yeah, this white.
Let me
Lorena,
see.
you can do. Reza,
yes.
you already did.
Yes, I'm trying to.
Yeah, you can make the house on moon. No worries.
But
I'm
where we
confident.
can, because when I click the card, is not good.
No, you can click and drag it like this.
We can drag it. Okay.
Yeah. Just select 5. You need to build house and whatnot.
Shahid, should I do it again?
Yeah, you can do it as well. Yeah.
Because
for
I already
sure.
did it. I already did it last time. I know what.
But do it again. You need
No,
to build
but
a house on the moon. And let's see which card you want to select.
Can be different than the last time.
I can do a different card with the last
Different card, no problem. You can use different cards, but you're like, I'm going to listen your explanation only.
Okay.
For me, explanation is enough. Maybe I need your explanation maybe at a later stage, because just right now just select, and I'm going to explain the later part as well. You need to create only, build only one house.
Five is enough, huh?
5 is enough.
Mine is done.
Done, good. We'll see the explanation later on once we proceed. Lorena, are you done? Reza?
I am writing the explanation.
No need to write.
No,
You
we
just
should-
need to explain me. You will explain
Oh,
me later on.
okay.
Yeah,
I
no
was
problem.
writing.
No need to write. Just explain me later on when I'll ask for it.
I did
Okay.
similar to
Okay.
the last time.
Okay, fair enough. And Ibtisam, you selected?
Yeah.
We have 5, right? You said.
Yeah, 5.
I'm just missing one. I'm just.
Okay, no problem. Take your time.
Yeah, let me just pick the last one.
Homa, can you see this screen? The concert screen?
Yes.
Shahi.
Yeah.
Shahi, sorry. When I want to submit, he asked about the answer.
Sorry?
I want to submit.
No need to submit. Just
Okay.
keep it there. Yeah, no need to submit because I'll be needing at later stage. And keep it there as well. Yeah.
Okay, I'm done.
Done? Perfect. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to explain you about different colored brains. And later on, maybe before the end of the session, I'm going to take your explanation and then I'm going to explain you what color brain is yours, right? Okay. So let's move on to the next part where these 3 characters, there's the monkey, the Rama, this lizard, and this lady, they went to a concert. There they saw 4 people, right? One is doing guitar, one is on the vocals, one is saxophone, and the other one is piano. So firstly, they saw this person who is playing guitar. And this person, he's enjoying. He was doing, and he said, okay, he normally what in concerts, these people who are doing guitars, they tend to create something new as well at time, oh, it's out of note, but they do it something and they mix it in the music. So this kind of person is generally, in this scenario, he is a green brain person, and it is known as a chaotic processing brain. What is a chaotic processing brain? Chaotic processing brain is he do things in his in his own way. he said, okay. He said, okay, we need to do something. He immediately jumped to, said, okay, let's do it. He don't go into too much of details that, let's say, I need to take this, I need to do this. No, he said, okay, let's do it. Let's go for it. These kind of person are they just go getters, and they said, okay, we wanted to do it now. Let's collect everybody one and go for it. Nothing is as such connected, but they must act to understand the process, because if they don't act, they don't get the clarity. Because unless and until they said, okay, you have to do, okay, let's start doing it, and then they start getting the clarity. This is how they do. They don't need lots of information, they need little information, and then they said, okay, let's go it. And what happened, they see a bigger picture. You said, okay, I want to build a home, and immediately these kind of people, they start imagining the bigger picture of their house. Oh, it should be like these things, not in detail, but just a big house. So they jump onto the conclusions very quickly. And what happened, they need feedback regularly, because if they don't get feedback, maybe they said, I think I'm doing something wrong, because they are chaotic in nature. They wanted to do things in a certain way quickly. Yes, go for it. So what happened, finding alternatives is very difficult for them, because what they said, I plan to do something like this way, but it's not happening. So what to do? Then they can't go for the alternatives. But if they do something wrong, these kind of people, they are so quick that normal person, and they will quick it so swiftly and so quickly that you won't notice that something went wrong. They are so smart in that thing. So it is their nature of, or maybe it's way of doing things. This is how they get clarity, and then they move forward. And they recover very fast. This is how, because they act, they understand, the feedback is there, then they further act, then they understand, they analyze a little bit information, and then they move forward. This is how these people act. I'll give you how their brain works. Normally, they need little information, okay, not lots of information. Then said, okay, let's go for it. Then they start action. Then after that, for the feedback thing, they analyze something. Okay, why not this? Okay, let's get more information. They did not get information at the start. During the process, okay, let's take a little bit more information. Once they get more information, they will tend to act more. Then they act. You see, they're acting. Then they said, okay, let's see what to do. Then they analyze, and then they act. So this is how they work. It's nothing connected as such. Nothing is in a systematic way, but you can say that information, action, and then they analyze. I need more information, then action. So they are, nothing is connected, but they reach to the conclusion. And they don't get failed so easily, because they quick so fast that normal person, they cannot even analyze that something has changed so quickly. So this is kind of a green brain person. Just look at this video. Can you hear it? No?
No.
Just a minute. It's okay.
I'm back. Hello there.
Hi.
What happened?
Terrible hairdresser. Leave it to me. I'm just waiting for the manager to get back, and then, whoa, is he in trouble? Look, some idiot's cut my niece's hair. Yes, please. There's one other thing I need you to do, though. Okay, let me explain. I know this haircut has nothing to do with you, but my sister is watching outside, and I want her to think that you did it. So you sort out this terrible mess for me, and I will pay you double, okay? You're very, very nice people. Thank you.
So this is a typical green person. He make a mess, and he said, okay, I need to come out of the situation. He looked for quick option, and then he go for it, right? He recovered it so swiftly that his sister, she did not even get it noticed, right? What happened? Like, look at this one. Fantastic Four. So here you will see which one, like, the flame is kind of a green person.
Just a little something from our defense contracts. Let's check in on the rest of the family, shall we?
This guy is a green person.
Oh no.
All of a sudden he said, okay, let's do something.
We gotta get out of here.
I got an idea.
Don't even think about it.
Never do.
What are you doing? Johnny, no!
Come on! Flame on! We have to help Reed.
It's too dangerous for you now. You have to stay here.
What did I do? Come on, think!
So this guy, you saw, he said, okay, think, and he just initially he jumped without knowing what to do. When it is on his behind, he's he's chasing it. Then he said, okay, what to do? Then he was going here and there, and he quickly recovered, and finally he saw another target, and then boom. This is how these kind of people reacted generally. Okay, so the next person is who is playing the saxophone. He has got very soft hands, and he's listening to other music as well. But he's enjoying what he's doing, because that requires a lot of practice and all these things. And these kind of people are, you can say, are more kind of relational way processors. People in this kind of color, they are these are the people who know options. Like in green people, they don't look for options, they abruptly just do something. But these people, purple people, they need to know options. If they don't know options for anything, suppose I need to do certain things, I said, unless and until I have options, I am not going to proceed, because this is not my way of getting, because I don't get clarity unless and until I have options. And how I get options, purple people brain needs loads and loads of information before going into anything. They said, okay, I'm going to read, I'm going to take information. And then, the more information they get, the more clarity they will get. And then once they've got more clarity, then they're able to have more options, and that will enable them to be more accurate in their approach. So they must have details. Also, they find systems, because it's a relational, so they look for systems. And the more data they have, the more picture will be more clear. For example, if you see a big screen, when there are small blocks, and when information is coming in and the blocks are filling up, so these people are like this. They need to fill those blocks to proceed further, and those blocks is kind of information. Unless and until they have lots and lots of information, those blocks are empty. Once information comes in, those blocks are filling up, they can see the picture, and they said get the clarity. And that is how they move more with clarity, and they have the details. They got, suppose they start doing something, it didn't work out. Green people, they quickly come out somehow. Okay, it is their approach. But these people, they said, okay, plan A is not working, I have plan B as well. I have plan C as well. So these people are quite relational. They, if they have less information, believe me, these kind of people get frustrated. For example, maybe Ibtisam, she is a purple brain person. She has lots and lots of information, okay? And she's my boss. I am a green brain person, okay? She said, okay, Shahid, can you make a report and all, I need this report with details. I just listened maybe halfway. I said, okay, boss, I'll do it, no problem. And then I worked hard. In my way, I worked hard, okay? I took half day, which is very less. So okay, Sam, this is your report. And she said, what is this? What sort of report is this? I didn't ask for this one. I need, because Ibtisam was expecting a detailed report with lots of information. It should be linked, there should be sequencing, everything. I did it like haphazard way. I did it in a chaotic way. I just get that information. I start typing without going into much details. What will happen? I put a lot of efforts. She said I explained him very well. At end of the day, oh no, what type of person is this guy? I don't want this person in my team. And I said, what sort of boss she is? And I'm going to start saying this to other people. And what will happen? Not this relationship will going to, it will be a bad relationship between boss and your subordinate, but also it will, spread in the other organization as well, right? And this will going to create more complexities and more miscommunication. And once, for example, if the Sam knows, okay, Shahid is green color, and I know if the Sam is purple color, so she might have explained me that, Shahid, this is, but I need in detail, because before she was explaining me in her way, I need a report. And she was expecting that I'm going to give her a detailed report, right? Now, same report, she said, okay, Shahid, I need report with so much of detail, with some sort of, graphs and all these things. She explained me everything. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to prepare a report in her way. When I'm going to present that report in her way, so she will see, oh, wow, this is what I want. So in both cases, in one case, there will be miscommunication, mistrust, misconception. In the second case, with the same information, when we know each other, it will going to be a very good relationship. More trust, more communication, more collaboration. So this is how, this deviation works. So these are called the purple brain people. And you know what? The purple brain people tend to be known as that, I know everything. It's not bad, but it is their nature. Like, they said, because they read a lot, they want lots of information. And it's not wrong that they said, okay, I know everything, because it is how their brain gets clarity, loads and loads of information. So this is the characteristic of a purple brain. I'm going to show you here their working. Like, here you see information before going into analysis. They need loads of information. Once they have loads of information, then they do the analysis. And here they also look for options. Okay. At this stage, they have options. Okay. Then they'll start working on it. If, for example, action will come once they have analyzed, they have lots of information, and then they go for action itself. So this is the brain, which is purple. Next, sorry, I'm going to show you the video for a purple brain. This is a typical purple brain person who made this video.
Isn't it nice when things just work?
So you know what? In this video, what happened?
I can even
I'm gonna
handle Mr. Blunt.
pause this one. So in this video, what happened is it's so much in detail and step by step, first thing, second thing, third thing, then they look by step. So it's all very much detailed. So green type of person, they will not going to tolerate this kind of thing. They said, oh, what is going on? Why it's just go, if a green person, he said, I'm just gonna start the car, that's it. But a purple brain person, he said, how cars works from the back end and how it starts and all these things. So this is a typical purple brain person who needs so much of details. Similarly, I'll show you the next video again of a purple
I can even
brain.
handle Mr. Blonde
Listen.
ambition. I don't know whether I should be flying or doing Swan Lake in these suits. I mean, who the hell came up with these?
Victor did. The synthetics act as a second skin, adapting to your body's individual needs.
See, now that means it keeps the hot stuff hot and it keeps the cool stuff cool.
Wow. Fantastic. Material made from self-regulating unstable molecules.
This guy is a purple brain.
I've been working on a formula for this.
Great minds think alike. Here you go, Ben.
Thanks, sweetie.
Read.
You know what? The other lady, she was when he started explaining about things, he said, this suit is like this, because he knows a lot about it. The other lady, she has a different color. She said, okay, you know much more than me, because his way of doing things is totally different. Okay, let's move on to the next color, which is very interesting. It's called red colored brain. They tend to be, it's a linear process. And these kind of people normally, what do they look for structures. Okay, for example, if you said, okay, you need to do certain things. So you said, okay, I'll do this, but you might ask for more information to get clarity. And how you get clarity is once you have this structure in your mind. Okay, if I'll do this, then what would be my next step? Okay, if I'll do that step, then what would be the next step? It's kind of a building blocks. You need step by step, and these kind of people think step by step. Okay, they cannot move without structure. They said, okay, I need to do certain things, but the clarity comes once the structure is there. Okay, you said, okay, there is a manager, there is, for few people, you said, okay, there is an MD, there is a director, there's a manager, there's a supervisor and all this. Few people, it's okay. But for people who are like red color, they will start imagining this org chart in their mind. Okay, this is CEO, and because they look for structures. They look for the clarity comes once the structure is there. They are more confident with the structures in place, with the processes are there, the flow charts are there. These kind of people follow these kind of approaches, and you know what? They analyze data a lot as well. They are good at analysis. They do a lot of analysis because structures and everything is there, information is there. They analyze data. They and they get more facts to get clarity so that they can move further ahead. And also they tend to recover very quick. They see, okay, there's a logic, there's an analysis, okay, it's not working out, they have got another option. But again, it's not like purple bin options are at the start, right? When they have lots of information, they analyze data. But once they have a structure, they have the processes is there. They said, okay, let's they cannot go at the start, maybe one step back. For green people, quickly, but they go, okay, let's do it this way. They go one step back and they do it again in another way. So and for purple, it's totally different. They have options available, readily available for them. So red brain people, generally, they find a structure, they need clarity through structures, they are more objective, right? They see the logic and then they analyze data and then they move forward. So this is how their mind or their brain gets clarity. Next is, you see, they need information. They need not loads of information, but they need information, not like purple where he needs lots of information. He needs information to some extent, but they analyze a lot. Why analysis? But once you do the analysis, then you can able to make structures, then you can able to make more processes, then you can able to make the workflow, and then you can take action, because your way is, up till here. Before action, this is your way of getting clarity. So here information should be enough, but analysis should is equally, more or less like they spend more time on analysis and structure, and then they move forward. So for these kind of people, look at this video. The person this person, okay, he is red brain. He is analyzing everything, okay. He might be thinking four, ahead. So look, this guy, he was looking, he was no, he was playing, and he was looking at the option what he was doing, the other person, and then in the end, after all the analysis, all the work, the flow he was doing, he has got one chance, and he changed the game, because this kind of person, he's analyzing and then take the action, and then he won the game. Okay, the last color, it is a blue color brain, and these people are, you can say, are more kind of, you can say, emotional, or they are more experiential, you can say, the intuitive process, which is like, they are, they have their pathway to their subconscious, they connect well with people, and everything is, connected, they feel the environment and everything, and through subconscious, at times they take some sort of decisions as well. These people are more connected with people as well. Also, the drawback of these kind of people is that, they take other people's problem as their own. It is not wrong. They are emotional, they are more empathetic, right? I mean, it's not like that they I mean, they are like, they always take care, but the point is they are more empathetic, and they take other problems as their own. And for example, I'll give you an example. There was a lady, I think 1 year back, okay, and she was at a store, and two guys were talking maybe behind, and they said, we need to buy this lottery, and it's very good, and if people get lucky, or not, and they get the tickets, and they won. After 1 year of time, because of it was in her subconscious, she said, okay, I'll buy this ticket after 1 year, and luckily she won. And his colleague said, oh, how it happened? She said, I don't know, something came into my mind. It was in her subconscious, because it was discussed earlier. So they take lots of information from the environment itself. Then they take, you can say, they are more insightful of their surroundings. They take a lot of things from the surroundings, from people, you can say, and that is how their approach is. They are more towards, love and belonging kind of drives they have. So here, everything is connected in a way, because they connect with people, they connect with environment, they're connected with the subconscious. Everything is so connected. They know what they are doing, and they tend to do things in such a way that, for especially for these people, they are good at multitasking, and especially like without any offense, females, they are good at multitasking, who have got like blue brain, other well as well, but they are tend to be good at multitasking. So this is how this blue brain work. So secondly, what happened, in a way, most of the time, they are more like people's manager as well, and they tend to be inclined more towards people. I'm going to show you again a video to further explain before the, yeah, look, analyze information, then their surroundings, they're taking information. So they, although there is no sequence, there is no structure, but again, they are very well interconnected because she or he is getting information from different sources, from environment, from subconscious, some past experiences, from you can say the operation itself. So they are interconnected with each other, and that is how they are more successful, and they're more empathetic. This is how they get clarity. The video is very interesting for this.
Wow,
The
I
boy,
love Jello.
he's
Why?
Well, imagine waking up every morning with a little less hair. Then driving to work in heavy traffic. Only to find out when you get there that the project you were working on for a year is suddenly canceled. Well, the chocolatey taste of Jello pudding makes up for all that.
Here, you need this more than me.
So you know what this boy said, you need more than me, because he was so empathetic. The other guy, he was explaining him, his father was explaining him about, how things are tough and how, I'm tackling all these things. But he was kind of a person who takes, okay, yeah, I think you should need more support than me, and you should eat this one. He said, after eating this, everything is okay. But this is how he was. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Okay, if you have any question regarding any brain color, which I explain you about all four, you can ask me now as well, or maybe at a later stage. Okay, so there are a few exercises. I'm not going to go in that one because last one, this is an exercise, this is for the training, bigger training sessions. So I'm not going to explain this one. I'm going to explain how it is. It is kind of an exercise where we give white shirt to different groups. Okay. And with different, what you call colored brains. Maybe there are 4 groups, 4 colored brains. And we ask them to draw a t-shirt with whatever you want to. So every brain color, group develop their own design and everything. And then they explain, and then how we assess. This is just for the clarity purpose. Okay. Now, this Rama, who is the hero, he reached to the fountain of clarity. And fountain of clarity is what? He found glasses, and these glasses are colored glasses. But you know what you see? These colored glasses are rainbow colored glasses. What does this mean if you see? After knowing the 4 colors, if you are wearing rainbow colored glasses, what does this mean? What thing came into your mind? You can unmute yourself, yeah.
It means that he can understand everyone point of view or try to understand it.
That's correct. Yeah, because he knows now, maybe before he was wearing his glasses, now after knowing different colors, he knows them very well now. He knows everyone's now that, okay, this is how he gonna react. And if he react, I'm not going to, because what happened is, once, in environment, different environment, you react based on some other person's reaction. And that reaction could be adverse as well. And that reaction could lead to dispute as well. So to do that reaction, once you know the color, your reaction will be totally different. Your approach will be totally different before and after that. I'm 100% sure you can, anyone can assess this one. So let me see. Yeah. So a genetic foundation we cannot change becomes easier to accept. A circle of tolerance becomes bigger. You know what is circle of tolerance? Circle of tolerance is, for example, there are certain things which we accept very easily. Okay, we said, okay, this is how it is, and it is supposed to work like this. What will happen? Our circle of tolerance, initially when we don't know certain things, we said, okay, no, it will not have to happen this way. Our circle of tolerance is very low. And once we start knowing about certain other things, our circle of tolerance become more bigger. We said, okay, yeah, it can be done this way. It can be done that way as well, because our circle of tolerance is getting bigger, because we are looking things in totally different ways now. Before, my perspective was this, but now my perspective is this much. So definitely there is a big difference, right? My before approach, I can things in a different way. Secondly, like this, knowing your own color helps in managing your own exceptions and helps to redefine them to suit our objectives. Once we know that, okay, this is my brain color, I will gonna set my own, sections and redefine my approach. Okay, how I have to do it. Knowing others' color, how it will help. Understanding others' brain color help us support their strengths and set them up for success instead of failure. You know what? In that case, where I explain that, they don't know, there will be misconception. Or once I know, I definitely want my team member to be more successful because I know what he is supposed to do, what he wanted to do, and that way I can make my team more engaged. My communication with my team, my teamwork, my collaboration will be so high on that. So this is how we make other people successful as well. Quickly, like for example, it says creating an environment of success. For example, you are working. There are two people. One is purple and one is red. Here you see the red guy says, how can we analyze all this? We just need the important facts, not so many details, right? He's a red person. The purple said, how can you possibly do this without all potential options, details, details, details? There's a conflict, right? Because they don't know each other colors. He needs said, we know we cannot move without options. He said, no, we can move. We just need to go some details. So there is a conflict situation because they don't know each other colors, right? So in this way, on a project, you two people different colors tend to be a dispute if they don't know each other approach because both are right in their own ways. But again, there is a conflict. Similarly, here one is blue and one is green. Green said, we need to get it done. We have a deadline, just go for it. The blue person, who's a more people's person, more empathetic, he said, we need to make the people feel better first, and then we can move forward. And he said, no, these all are lizards behavior. Everyone wanted their own ways. But again, there's a conflict because he want his way, but the way of doing things is totally different with each other. Similarly, I'm just pointing the games. Yeah, here, you know what? Those same people, for example, you see at the bottom, one is wearing red shirt and the other was wearing blue. What happened in this case? This lady said, okay, we need to do certain things. So this guy was wearing blue glasses before and he was wearing red. Okay. And they both are fighting. No, we have to do this way. And yeah, my approach is this. Can you do this? And this is the right way. The lady said, okay, why don't you switch classes? They switched classes. And then what happened? They said, yeah, you're right. And he was saying, yes, you're right. What happened? They know how he is thinking, how he is getting clarity, what I have to say, and how he is taking things and how he is getting clarity. It's all about understanding each other mind process, how our mind is getting clarity so that the other person should not get frustrated, or maybe other person should not get mad on a certain person, right? So this is just an example that how this thing works. I'm quickly go through this infographic. Its effects of brain psychology awareness on personal and organizational effectiveness. We start with the the influences, right? In influences, there are environmental influences and there are other influences. So people normally what people do is you people are in different environment, they say something, you take something else. They are like they said, okay, what is being said is in this environment he's like this. People start maybe polluting your mind at times and without knowing anyone. And when you are not aware, what will happen? You said, yes, you are right. Then you start creating misconceptions. Then then there will be conflicts because you start thinking in certain ways then without when you are not aware. Then you start getting frustrated. Oh, where I'm stuck. and there will be lack of clarity, and these are when you're not very well aware of a lot of things. And what will happen, it will leads to more problems. You will be misaligned with the team because no clarity, no awareness. Your motivation will tend to be low because you are disengaged. You will be more stressed out. Your product, you are, maybe you are a very good potential, but you will tend to be an underperformer. You will, because in that environment, when someone is not understanding you and you are not understanding someone else, although you have got high technical skills, but you tend to be an underperformer when there is unawareness. So this is how it has a negative effects on individual, right? Similarly, if you are aware, what will happen? So there are some genetic awareness. Genetic awareness comes through, know psychology of self and focus. You know your own self. You said, okay, this is how things work and what should be my focus. Then know your colored glasses. Once you know your colored glasses, that okay, yeah, this is how I tend to get clarity, understand colored brain of other people as well. you know you said, okay, yeah, this is how it works, and how are other people getting the systematic approach, and how he is thinking, taking thing. And identity encoded assumption. Encoded assumption is what, you might have played maze, right? You remember maze? There's a game in maze. You need to start from one point and you need to go out to the second point, right? Any of you guys played maze?
No, I don't remember.
Yeah, I mean there's a maze.
Yes, Shahid, yes.
Yeah. So what happened in that, Sam? There is an encoded assumption that we have to go from inside only. Okay, and this is from childhood. We looking into that thing, but maybe there is another way. You can go out of you can say out of the box as well. But no, normally our encoded assumptions, they tend us to go within the box. And once you can go out of box, your circle of tolerance, we're talking about the circle of tolerance, it will be broader, because you are now thinking in a broader way. And once your circle of tolerance is broader, you tend to take things more positively. Before, if your encoded assumption is like limiting you, you will tend to be have more conflict. So this is about the genetic identity. You are aware, you're you aware of the culture, you're aware of the values, you're aware of emotional drive. Emotional drive is again a very different topic. Emotional drive, what drives you actually, what motivates you to do certain things. There are certain emotional drives. I'm not going to into detail, but few things. For example, I'll give you few emotional drive, let's say, are achievement and motivation. Someone's emotional drive is significance. Someone emotional drive is love and belonging. Someone emotional drive is security and control. So these are the, once you're aware of your emotional drive, you tend to know, okay, yeah, this is my primary motivator. These are the primary motivator. And there are some environmental awareness as well. Through environment, you'll come to know that, okay, yeah, this is how things work. And this is how I'm going to succeed in this particular environment. And once you have got the higher awareness, what will happen? You will work well with your friends, with your work peers, your relationship with your family, your friends, it will be high, and you will be more collaborative. You will be more open to, you can say, criticism as well, because you are highly aware of what exactly the other person is saying without any kind of encoded assumptions. And also, you are more mentally strong, you are more emotionally strong as well, because you got the higher level of awareness. And once you have this kind of awareness, that okay, yeah, I'm open for this, then you can able to make strategy, then you can able to make strategy for other people, then you can able to gel in well with other people as well. And once you can able to do that, what will happen? Conflict will go down for sure. Frustration will go down, because you are accepting a lot of things. The other person is he is also accepting a lot of things, because now your awareness is high. There will be more clarity between you and me, or two persons. There will be less miscommunication. And when all of these things are there, what will happen? You will be self-motivated. Yes, I can do it. Your leadership skill will be high. you can self-influence yourself. You are self-directed. Yes, I know what to do and where I have to go. And that will lead to what? More alignment within teams, more collaboration, more motivation within teams, less stress. In this environment, productivity will tend to go high. You will be more productive as an organization, as maybe in terms of your relationship, your personal relationship, it will go high because at times in personal relationships you don't know other person, and it has a negative effect as well. And then you will be more happy, you will be fulfilled, and you tend to be a leader, a change leader, because now your vision is broad, your clarity is high, and your awareness is super awesome, and that has a positive effects on self, others, and the environment as such, as a whole. So this is all the infographic was all about. Just last two slides. Okay, teamwork. Now you see he has got the rainbow glasses. In rainbow glasses, this teamwork, now everybody, you can see everybody is helping each other, right? Because he knows, okay, I know his strength is this, he tend to do this thing. So now everybody, if they are wearing these kind of glasses, they tend to be more effective team. They tend to communicate more effectively, to the point, collaborate, you can say, in you can say in a very effective manner as well, and they produce great results. Last, if you see, there are two teams in this ground, and there is like there's team on the left side and on the right side. On the right side, you see there are 4 lizards, and here they are like, they are just maybe celebrating their success. Here what happened, although they both are 4, one says, oh, why didn't you stop the ball? This is your job. Oh, what's wrong with these guys? No, you're supposed to do it. So here everyone is like kind of blaming each other, and blaming, when you start blaming, you tend to reduce trust. You tend to, maybe there's less miscommunication, because everyone is like shifting monkey from one person to another person, and this is how happened in this case. Whereas here, every color is the best color, unless or until you know that color. You tend to know that color, because if you don't know that color, you will be like the other team. You will be like this. Once you know your color, you will be like this, and you will tend to produce greater results, more success, and you can able to tackle big problems. You know what? These are the 4 different members. Lizard is kind of a bigger problem, but once you are a team, you all can tackle the problems in a very effective and efficient way, rather than in silos. So this is all about sorry, the story, how this color brain and how it affects the relationships and how all it works. So
very interesting.
I hope you people don't get bored. Didn't get bored, right?
No, we learned a lot. Thank you, Shahid.
Yeah. So can you guys share your cards so
Let me
I can
share my screen.
Yeah, I'll make you
Yeah.
multiple participants. Can you get the access?
Share screen. Okay. This is mine. Can you see mine?
Yes.
Yes.
Let me make notes as well. I mean, I need
Okay.
to just a minute. Okay, can you explain me?
I don't know. I was thinking that for making something on moon, first of all, we need to be together, and we have one goal, and we have awareness for what we want to do, and same vision. Then we should have someone in our group, different people who are hero, and they believe that they believe on the goal, and they are ready to take risk. and they are brave, and people
Okay, do one
who,
thing. Huma, one by one. For example, if I ask you this picture, maybe the person who's shaking hand.
okay, shaking
Picture by
hands.
picture, explain me.
Okay, shaking hands means this kind of things. Nothing never happens except we just be together and helping each other, understanding each other, try to be together.
Okay.
And the second one, this lady,
Mm-hmm.
means that the people who are working in this environment should be organized, and they need all of the skills we need all of the skills together to handle this kind of job, and we should be multitask also, and the time management, everything.
Okay.
The another one, the earth, means that whatever we do is should be something at the end helpful for everyone on the earth, and it is not I'm going to make something for myself. I want to do something that is useful for everyone, and people who are in need, we can help them.
Mm-hmm.
And this man, it's like a Superman. It means that we should be brave and take risk whenever we need to go forward and do something unique that other people, maybe they don't have this brave to go ahead. And this man is, we should also be very more informative, gathering information, know where we want to do, what we want to do, and be ready to understand step by step what we want to do, but we have to take a risk also whenever it needs. And the last one is that we should all together have one vision and awareness about what we want to do and help each other to make a better life for everyone.
Fair, good. Right. Okay. So togetherness, organized skills, everyone should work together. We can take risk. We take information as well. Okay. And we should have one vision, working with people a lot. So yeah. You know what? Your color, what I assess, and later on if I get any free tool I'll give you, your color is blue.
Blue.
I am blue, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's blue. Yeah, I was analyzing it too.
Yeah, good. Yeah, yeah, but you know what? It is like this. Why? Because you know what? The blue people, and you know, blue doesn't mean that. I tell you one thing. It's not necessarily. For example, I'll show you the first. For example, this is a chart, right? If this is a chart, and it could be like this. For example, let's say it's like here is blue, red, yellow, blue, green, red, and purple, right? So there is a, I mean, it should not be absolute blue. Okay, what you have, you are high on blue. Okay, and also you are a little bit on what you call red as well, because red look for information and look for a little bit of a structure as well. So you were looking for some structure as well, and you are low on purple and green. No green. Green may be very low.
So I am like
Yeah,
what is
that
it?
was. I'm sorry. That was my question. If we are like full of one color, or
Full one is not possible. It's not, because you know what, because you know we are human being, right? And we have different emotions as well. Okay, beside personality types, we think things in a different way at times. So it's not possible that, you know, I can only be a total purple. It's practically, it's not possible.
Shahid, I want to ask a question. Yeah, sorry, Lorena.
Yeah, please.
What did you expect when, I think everyone should answer this. Shall we, Shahid? Like what color we think we are?
No, first let me assess.
Okay.
You know, it's my test as well.
Okay, good.
so one question.
Yeah.
Can I be one day one color, another day another color?
No, it's a very relevant question and a very good one. You know what? No. As I told you, it's a genetic foundation, and genetic foundation, it will never, because you know our brain is hardwired.
Doesn't change.
And it will never change since your birth till you die. It will remain same. but your emotional drives get changed. Because you know what? Why? Emotional drives are what? Emotional drives are primary motivators for you, right? Nowadays, if you see, my emotional drive could be security and control, because I want to get a job, because that is my primary emotional drive. And second, the significance and achievement will come later on, because first I need to get myself secure. But maybe after 2 years, when I will very well established, my emotional drive for achievement or significance will be first, and security might be third or fourth. So the ranking gets changed and emotional drives get changed, but your colored brain will remain same. Yes, Ittasam. Now explain, share your screen. You were asking something from Huma.
Oh, good.
What's your question?
Yeah, no, nothing. Let me share my screen. Okay.
Yeah, please.
So this is my screen. Can you see it?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, let me put the speaker so I can well, the way I saw this, okay. I need to sit by myself to gather as much as information as I can. And then and to know more about the people that I need around, like who I'm gonna hire to do this job. And then basically the other picture is the team I hired. They should be a lot of people sharing the same insight, but they are different. So we can share our information and stuff. And then obviously the picture after that, it's the funding, because I need money. So we need basically to contract to see who's gonna fund this. And then the team will be ready for a very hard journey. That's why I chose this one. And then I know that we'll have a lot of plans A's and B's and a lot of options and a lot of failures and everything. And then we'll end up on the moon building our
red color.
Yeah.
You are red.
Somewhere between red and
purple. You know what? When you were explaining the third one, I already determined your color.
I thought I'm red. First of all, I thought I'm purple, and then it was like when you said red, I was like somewhere in between red and purple.
You know what? Exactly, because you are high on red, you might have a little bit of purple.
Yeah.
Blue is very low on blue, by the way, and green is also low.
Yeah, green is not my thing.
No.
Blue, I consider, like when it comes to emotions and caring about it, I consider it to a small amount. So
fair enough. No problem. So at the third stage, I determined your color. Okay, you miss Lorena. Gracias.
Thank you. So this is my first. So I just teaming friends. I need friends to help me to do the house and to decide the place. This one is similar, because I think that in one moment I'm gonna need help of anyone. So I am ready.
Just give me a second. Let me do one thing for you.
I was, Riza, I was trying to find something that shows the final house. So that was really nice of you that you put that picture. I was like, what could that be? Because I wanted the full picture.
What happened? Like, for red color, they have a bigger picture. They have something in mind. So he was to the point for red person, because he has some sort of picture. But people who are like who are high on blue, they might have some sort of house picture as well.
So always, all of you need me to just protect you. Whatever it is.
Also, yes, exactly. But you know what? I think I mean, it's kind of an awareness session, learning session for you guys, and I hope.
Thank you so much.
Shahid, may I ask Huma, how, as a manager, how do you describe yourself? as a manager, like being a blue manager?
It was my personality always. Even in my workplace, I never was the boss and other my employee. I was always listening to them. I am always helpful. Even sometimes I was teacher in Iran. I remember sometimes I took children, students to my home to protect them if there was any danger at home to just run. And then it's always with me because I cannot say it is not my problem or I don't care. I always care about others. And it was very helpful for me also because in our environment it was very soft environment. Let me give you one example. I have lots of friends when I go to Iran, to my country. These people normally they are very high educated people, but maybe they are don't connect each other. But I am like a chain. When I'm over there, they're always all of them are connected together. So it is part of, as Shahid said, it is
And you know what exactly Huma is saying exactly what the blue people says. And you know what, Eptisam? Like I am red color as well, by the way.
You're red. Okay.
You know what? We are surrounded by red.
Exactly. And when I don't, you know what? If I don't see structure, if I don't see the flow, believe me, before that I felt difficulty. That how, and then I was expecting like I expected I worked a lot, and then when I was manager, I was expecting same from my team as well, because I thought the way I was thinking is my way, because at that time I don't know the colors, right? This thing, but now I see thought maybe a lot of things which we do unintentionally without knowing at what type of how we are getting clarity, it affects our relationships at work as well. And you know what, maybe I don't know, because being an HR, we have some other personality traits as well. So I tend to be quite patient as well, but I can easily create some sort of perception of different people based on how I am getting clarity, because without knowing him. So this thing, this colored brain thing, it's such an eye opener, and for teams and for leadership development, for your team communication, it's so awesome tool that you get to be. I mean, you tend to be more productive for sure, more collaborative. Your team synergy will be high.
But I think for the blue color, we have this sunglass, different color sunglass, because normally we don't conflict with people. So we try to understand them as fine. And also, I never move without information. Never.
Yeah.
I love to have information, but plus I consider many other things.
Exactly. So that is why what I'm saying, we cannot be absolute blue or purple or green. We have certain, but some color.
Some of them more strong.
A dominant, sort of a dominant
dominance.
color,
Yeah, exactly. The dominance is, you can say, is more or less like is our color, and those color who are like in majority is it tends to you can say make our behaviors. It helps in understanding, our behavior reflects those colors as well. So it has to be some sort of combination. So, but since we don't have any tool right now, but through these colors, I tend to at least explain you what exactly your highs and lows are. And once again, thank you guys for
thank you, everyone. It was nice to meet you again here tonight.
Yeah.
And thank you, Blue. Thank you, Reds.
Yes.
Another color, but after my last experience